God gave me to tell me that this is God-o-ween, and they celebrate Halloween, Like I said, Halloween is just simply as really reverencing the ideal of fear. You know what I'm saying? That's what the whole logistics of the ideal of Halloween is. They do acts and rituals to reverence the ideal of fear. And the thing is, what's going on is that people are, the kingdom of darkness is deceiving people to reverence fear. Now, the thing is, and I did a message last year about, trick, what trick or treat means spiritually, that God showed me. It means a lot of things too. But now here's the thing I really want to touch up on this on video is the idea of the kingdom. The problem is Satan is going to take as much advantage of humanity because he knows the rules of the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to exercise the ideal of the kingdom. And the thing is, people, are not understanding the idea of the kingdom because they don't understand the logistics of how the kingdom is supposed to be operate. That's how much Satan is taking advantage of humanity based upon the deception that is going on. Because God taught me about the kingdom. When I looked at God's kingdom and I looked at Satan's kingdom, I'm like, what the heck? Satan has been really copying God's kingdom. He didn't create no kingdom. He takes God's blueprint and making his own dark system out of it. But he uses God's the kingdom principles of philosophies concerning the kingdom to operate his kingdom of darkness. And the thing is, like the image, like what the ideal image that God showed me about trick or treat was a young person coming to a house, and they're asking trick or treat. You know what I'm saying? More likely, I will trick you, or if or give me the treat. Is give me the treat, but if you don't give me the treat, I will trick you. Now you think, well, what do you mean right there? See, what he's saying is, that of course about deception is about tricking. He tricked Adam, he tricked Eve from eating the fruit of the tree. That Eve pretty much obligated Adam because Eve was of Adam rib, and because Adam associated more to Eve being his rib, led him to the deception because I tell people Adam wasn't deceived. It's just his self that a woman represents to a man, the reflection of himself. You know what I'm saying? His self was deceived. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, Adam and Eve, that's how what bring forth the deception in the world. That, more likely Satan, the serpent, they didn't give, Adam didn't give the serpent the treat. So pretty much he tricked Eve and deceived Eve to get to Adam, and he got the treat through that. That's what you're supposed to see, that ideal system about how that works. Is either they trick you or they either trick you or get the treat. Now the thing is, what you need to understand, God, that this is an ideal, but God is not about, of course, trick or treat. He's about giving the treat. You know what I'm saying? The treat of really creating this earth and giving us dominion of it is pretty much the treat that, God gave us. You know what I'm saying? God gave this to us. But the thing is, what Satan is all about, giving you something to trick you so he can take the tree of pretty much the dominion of humanity. And this, now watch this, I want to establish that. Because now they give you the treat. You know what I'm saying? They give you the treat. Now, they give you the treat at their house. Now, it's important about the ideal of the house. The house is supposed to represent the heart. And the heart, is where, now that's why they wear the costumes. Like I try to tell people, it's not about but it's not like, people wear superhero costumes and whatever. No, it's not that. It's not that. Those things are not evil. But when you wear the evil costumes, pretty much, the idea like the witch and the vampires and all that stuff. See, the thing is, because if you research witches and research the word, is in Leviticus and Deuteronomy, talks about witchcraft and all kind of stuff like that. Those kind of idea scenarios that is what these monsters associate. But the ritual of trick or treat is the most important ritual of the idea thing that's supposed to establish a Halloween. Is and bobbing apples is evil too. Oh goodness gracious, the ideal of that is evil too. But the thing is, these are the two main evil things about Halloween, And the thing is, I tell people not to do these things. These main things, trick or treat and bobbing apples are the main thing you should not do. And always, of course, you don't do no spells or whatever. That should be a no-brainer. But here's the thing, God showed me, that we can do what we can do. And God gave me ideas of this, when I was at my church that I couldn't really get to doing it. But God taught me about God-o-ween a long time ago. I'm just, got my Facebook. When I got on Facebook, God said, hey, Mac, teach people what I've been teaching you about God-o-ween, And I was like, okay, but God showed me this ideal, cool thing that it's about an idea of remaking ideas or stories in the Bible, you know what I'm saying, and showing, like the idea of being the Pharaoh's army, people pretending like they're Pharaoh's army, and they, say, well, they're like we're finna get these children of Israel. How dare them, go against Pharaoh and da-da-da. They're talking amongst each other, and then all of a sudden, they're like describing the description of, whoa, look at this water. Side to side, how in the world this water got side to side? It's kind of funny and stuff like that. But all of a sudden, like, oh well, let's go through the water and da da da, and all of a sudden, oh God, is the water finna fall on us? Splash, and show reenactments of things in the Bible that show forth the power of God and that will help people, teach the fear of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That God gave me that idea that we do to show forth the fear of God, because that's, man, the fear. I study the fear of God, and I'm like, I'm in awe of why this is not, that the fear of God is not a legitimate idea that's being taught in churches. You know what I'm saying? And a really pretty much a reminder. And I know why it's not a reminder. You know what I'm saying? Because the church is not fearing God. They are operating in a lot of disobedience, as what Paul said they will be doing. They will not endure sound doctrine based upon the scriptures. So how can they learn about this holiday of the fear of the Lord when they're not fearing the Lord? You know what I'm saying? Concerning their disobedience and division and tradition and religion, it's just a catastrophe. But anyway, but this video is, I want to talk about, about the ideal Halloween, reality of Halloween versus God-o-ween. No, I said that wrong. God-o-ween versus Halloween. Let's put God first, not this nonsense last. But the whole ideal is all about doing ideals to reverence the reality of the consequences of evil, the consequences of sin. Like last year I did a video and I tell people, I encourage, churches, if, youth churches, to do if y'all know about the hell houses, you know what I'm saying? The consequences of going to hell is horrible, you know what I'm saying? And show skits that people did sins and all of a sudden, they die and show that, depart from me, I never knew you. And they burn and say, no, I don't want to go through. I didn't know this was here. I didn't know this was there. Be like the rich man, in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? That said that he wished that people know that this place existed. Do stuff like that. Teach people that, you need to be afraid of the truth. Like I did a video. Teach people to be afraid of the truth. Be afraid of the reality. If you continue on sinning, bad things will happen. People need to fear that ideal instead of fearing an ideal of darkness having the power to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Which really is the theme of, Halloween. They're trying to say these evil spirits and all this witchcraft and all this stuff is powerful and it can kill you and it has the power but yes, it has the power to do as much as we allow to believe. Like I tell people, the most powerful thing you can do in your life is to believe in something. And whatever you believing in will empower you or it will enslave you. Simple as that. But the thing is, we need to, churches, y'all need to fight against this, God-o-ween. It's an opportunity, to develop skits about fearing the Lord. I mean, I had one that, I wanted to have this person, dressed as Dr. Paul Bearer, because I used to watch Creature Feature. And, they're telling the stories of the Bible and, and they're like, into it and, but they're telling the stories, but they're doing the skit, at the same time, or narrating. He's narrating, the skits, stuff like that. I'm giving ideas for y'all to do certain skits in church that for the kids and, adults to have fun with it, but the whole objective is to get people to fear the Lord. And the thing is, and I tell people, candy is not, an evil thing. You know what I'm saying? It's the ritual of, like I showed you, the ritual of the person giving candy at a door. You know what I'm saying? Is that ritual is the sin, is the wrong thing, because I got enough video of time to show you what that really means. See, what that really means and what demons do when they do the ritual, when it's over, it's all about when Halloween is over. What they do is they come up to heaven and they petition, say, God, look at these people. They follow the routine ritual, which the Freemasons and the Illuminati knows about, these rituals and routines. That what happens is they petition on the darkness, that they get territory to harass your hearts. They get territory in your heart to deceive you. It's a deception. They get territory. God has to, like it says in Romans, that God said he had to give these people up concerning their lusts. Because what happens is he gave up the position of these demons that they can have influence inside your heart. And that's what the whole idea of trick-or-treating is all about. That, darkness is trying to get permission to get in position to deceive more people, their heart and soul and mind. So understand this about God-o-ween and, and Halloween, that you need to understand the difference of two and fight against the light or the darkness is up to you. All right, that's the message. I hope you got it. To God be the glory, and forever and ever. In Jesus' name, amen.